Hey, seventh grade, welcome back. We are right at the end, we're at the finish line of this nonfiction unit, and today is really going to be about public speaking tips and tricks and how to record your Flipgrid video with graphics or presentation. Okay, first and foremost, before we even dive into these, I want you to know that these public speaking tips that I'm providing to you today are based on or really adapted from this book by Carmen Gallo, Talk Like TED. And I've attached a PDF version to today's assignment in case you wanted to go through the 279 pages, read a little bit more in depth, or look at any examples that Gallo has linked, because she really goes into excellent TED Talk resources or different TED Talks that you might want to look at for inspiration. But the first three big takeaways that every engaging presentation or every engaging TED Talk contains are emotional, novel, and memorable aspects, right? Your emotional piece is that there's some type of personal connection, touches the heart, connects with the audience on an emotional level, right? Novel is clearly that you're introducing new information to them or you're teaching them in a new way, which is memorable, right? You're presenting your content in a way that you feel passionate about, that you are experts in, and you're sharing your creative connection with that topic, right? So let's dive right in. There are 9 secrets. I've included 7 because I felt like those 7s were applicable to our current assignment. And the first one is unleashing the master within, which is really saying, how do you connect to your topic? What is your personal connection to this presentation topic or this idea that you're sharing with others? Obviously, it might not be like so apparent right away, but it is important that you think about, why do I care? Why does this matter? Or what is some type of connection I can find about this topic in my own life? It and you might be like, why? Well, here's this little text that shows us. Science shows that passion is literally contagious, and if you don't have some type of connection or some type of investment in your topic, you don't have the passion there, right? And you need to find some type of connection or some type of passion, interest within this topic so that you can express that enthusiasm or meaningful connection, and your audience will literally catch that, right? It's contagious. You can feel that. The second one is that you should master the art of storytelling, which is basically say, include stories in your TED Talk. Brian Stevenson is a speaker who had the longest standing ovation in TED Talk history, and he spent over half of his time speaking telling stories. And science, right? Brain scans reveal that stories stimulate and engage the human brain. So it's one way to engage your audience is with a story, which builds on that personal connection. If you can't find a connection or some type of passion, it's going to be really hard to find a story that can also do that. Okay. The third one is really about practicing. It needs to feel so well rehearsed that you are like having a conversation with a friend, right? I love the why it works portion of this tip is that true persuasion occurs only after you have built an emotional rapport with your listeners and have gained their trust. Really, you're not selling any product, but you are selling the idea that what you're saying is interesting and that you know what you're talking about. If you're stumbling over your words and you're not really sure what to say, no one is going to believe you. They'll think that you're uninformed or obviously unprepared, which equals distrust, right? I like the last line of this. It's the equivalent of having a Ferrari without knowing how to drive it. Doesn't really mean much, right? Number 4 is kind of obvious because you are informing your audience about your topic, right? You're teaching them something new. My example of what I'm thinking here is that if you're doing a topic like Titanic, everyone knows that that ship sank and that it sank because it hit an iceberg. Not new information. But if you're focusing on that, you might want to think about what's a new approach, a new way to introduce that information, right? Packaging it differently is a nice way to think about that. Creating your own masterpiece unleashes your creativity, but also engages your audience a little bit more and it sticks with them. It's more memorable, which I believe ties into number 5, right? Deliver, not mom, deliver jaw dropping moments, which is basically saying in your presentation, there should be some surprising, impressive, or shocking statistic, story, anything that's going to grab the listener's attention, something that you find to be engaging or interesting. You should include that in your presentation. Right? I love this one. I remind myself of this all the time, is to lighten up. Don't take yourself seriously or too seriously. The brain loves humor, and you should give your audience something to smile about or laugh about. It also creates this kind of trust, likable moment that you can share with your audience, which is basically saying, we trust what you're saying, or we kind of believe what you're saying when you're able to make the audience laugh or you use humor in your speech. I skipped two of these secrets. Like I said earlier, I didn't feel like they really applied, but you can always look at the PDF if you're curious. For number 9, the last one is stay in your lane. Be true to yourself. Right? Be authentic, open, and transparent. You do not need to pretend that you are someone else for this 2 to 3 minute speech. Make it your own. Make it how you want to present yourself and your ideas, right? If you're trying to be someone you're not, it's really easy to spot, which means that you're not trustworthy and we don't believe anything you're saying. Okay, so here are the tips that I pulled from Talk Like TED. And in the assignment today for session 18, Public Speaking 101, you're watching the mini lesson excellent. Review, rehearse, revise, and rehearse again, and then repeat that step again. Again, secret number 3, right, is having a conversation. You should be able to give your 2 to 3 minute speech as if you are talking to a friend. It should feel comfortable and well rehearsed. Okay. After that, you are going to fill out, and I included the tips here, the 7 tips there. You are going to fill out what steps that you took today. What did you specifically do to improve your TED Talk? I want to know so that when I see the final product, I can reflect on how much you've grown and changed, which is really exciting, but it's important for you to identify the revision and edits that you made to make sure that it was your best. Okay. And if you're saying, I practiced a lot, I want to know what has changed about those practices. What have you done during that? Okay. All right. That's your assignment for today. I do want to go over your TED Talk how to for your Flipgrid, because this is Monday. This is the next assignment that you'll have, is actually recording it. Finally, right? You'll go to the TED Talk assignment that's posted, and you'll click on your link. And what you'll do is you will record a response. And you might be like, I have graphics. I don't know how to include that. This is a little weird. Sorry. Okay. You can record it like this and use sticky notes. You can use like a whiteboard and draw on that. You can use any types of drawing, text, anything like that. What I really liked is you can do screen recording. So you can click your entire screen and literally record from your Google slide presentation or however you want to present your information, and kind of talk in the little bottom, like how my videos are. It'd be the same type of thing. You click on that, you click share. And I would record, right? Let's get out of there. Yuck. Yes. Okay. And all right. I hope that was helpful. Obviously, if you have any questions or concerns or anything, email me or drop in at office hours on Mondays and Wednesdays from 11 to 12. Until then, I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.